Hello and good morning. Is everybody ready to draw? Excited to draw? Let me just do my page stuff like I always do. I start with you guys and then I have to do a little technical things on the back end. But I see people joining, so hello and good morning. Welcome. If this is your first time, we're glad to have you. And if you keep coming back, well, of course, glad to have you as well. Oh, goodness, my computer's going to be all glitchy. So how's everybody doing today? I got my peeps on. Easter peeps. We are drawing baby chick and peeps. So we're doing a little bit of both. Should be pretty cute. I kind of like it. Oh, goodness. Don't you hate technical difficulties? Okay, here we go. There we go. Done. Done. Ready to draw, I think. So yes, we are good to go. We have a cool drawing today. It's our last Easter drawing of the week. We've done a lot of them this week. And tomorrow is our sip and draw for our adults. You can come if you're a kid, but you just have to have permission from your parents. Thank you. I did a little funny buns today, but look at this one. This one doesn't want to cooperate. He's a floppy bun. Any other announcements? Not really, just the normal. When you're done with your drawing, make sure you post it into the album. If you know how to get there. If you don't, then just get it posted right onto the page so everyone can see it. My goal this weekend is to go through and really look at a lot of your photos and check them out. We have an Instagram, Draw with Stacy, so you can follow us there if you don't already, and you can share your art there. And then if you share it in your story, I repost it. So that's another fun way to see the art. And I post some different things there than I do here. I kind of mix it up a little bit. That's all I have for our drawing today. You're going to need paper, of course, a pencil, of course, a black pen or marker, and then spring colors. So the only colors I really used today, I used yellow, I used a little bit of orange, and I used purple and pink. So just really like spring-like colors, but you can play around with yours and you can make yours, look a little bit different from mine. Morning coffee. So you have another Frenchie mug. This one I drew. So this is my own drawing on my mug. There's some cool places where you can go do that. Okay. Oh, that's close, isn't it? All right. Let me flip you around and I'll show you what we are drawing today. Turn my light on. So that is our drawing. We have a chick and two peeps, like the little marshmallow peeps. I kind of had a little fun with it and combined something kind of more realistic, the baby chick, and then I combined it with the little marshmallowy peeps, which are one of those things that people either love or they hate. So are you a peep lover? Do you love to eat the peeps, or do you not like them as much? I can't say I'm the biggest peep fan myself. I don't know what it is about them. I've actually never been a huge fan of Easter candy. Like, I'm not a big jelly bean fan. Now they do all those fancy ones though, like the Starburst. I like all those. So that's going to be our drawing. And then I'm going to write something funny along the top that I will add at the end. So you can do that or not. It's kind of up to you, but that is our drawing today. And I know we're going to have moments where you can't see the whole page, but I'll try to be aware of that and move my camera around. In fact, I'm going to move my camera back a little bit. There, just like that. All right, here we go. So I'm going to start with pencil, and in the middle here, so I'm going to draw a chick in the middle and then peeps on each side. So I am right here in the middle going to draw a circle. Go over that a little bit darker. Sometimes I stray back into my old habits of just pushing really lightly with the pencil. So a circle out of your Easter basket. My mom just said she probably ate them out of my Easter basket. She knows I've never really been a big fan of Easter candy. And don't worry if you're late, you can always catch up. We've only just barely started. So we've drawn a circle on our page for the body of our chick, and then we're going to do a smaller circle, almost like we're building a snowman, and I bet you all just heard that song in your head. We're going to do a small circle up above. And remember, if your circle doesn't match or if you feel like it looks wonky, just kind of build off of the edges of what you've drawn to make it the shape you want it. See, I'm changing the shape of mine a little bit right there. And then we're going to go ahead and erase this line. Sometimes we don't erase till the very end because we like to just kind of leave those lines alone. Other times we can go ahead and erase. And since I'm erasing that line, I'm going to go ahead and erase this little mistake line I made because I already have my circle down on the paper. So now I have my chick's head and my chick's body. Now I'm going to go down to the feet. The feet are very simple. I'm going to do 2 lines, straight lines coming down, and then 2 little lines coming off of that main feet, just to give those really basic baby chick toes. Just like that. So we have the head, the body, and the 2 little baby chick toes or feet with the 3 toes each. I'm going to give a little tuft of hair on the top of my chick. So I'm just going to do little curved like waves, one there and one there. And then when I go over that with my pen, I'll erase these little lines. So it has a little bit of hair. And on my chick, I'm going to have my baby chick wearing a flower. Of course, you could add whatever you like. We will do the wings. You can add whatever you like. You could add a little hat, a little bonnet. You could do something like we did yesterday and put your baby chick in an egg. So remember how we did that with the pug? You could do the curved line and then put the feet in another curve and then do a little zigzag, and it could be sitting in the egg. So for a flower, I'm going to do a small circle off to the side. And then for petals, I'm just going to do little hot dog tips all the way around the circle. Just like that. Hello, and I love you too. I'm seeing all your little messages. Now you could add more flowers. You could give a full flower headband. I'm just going to keep it pretty simple and do this one flower for now. And now let's go ahead and do the wings. So the wings are going to build off of this corner piece right here. And they're just going to come a little further out than the body. The first one is, so I'm coming out a little further than the body, but following the body line. And then I'm going to do a little curved point, like a wave. And then another curved point that's a little bit bigger and longer going back into the body. And there's my wing. So see that? I followed along the line of the body, curved it out, another curve out, and back in. And that gave him a wing. Oh, I like you did a top hat, and happy early Easter to you too. Now let's go on the other side, following the line of the body, a little curve out, a bigger curve out, and curving back into the body. And then once you have your wings, you can erase that body line you made before, because we don't need that either. And now your baby chick has wings. And you could do some little lines in here if you want to make your wings look a little more feathered. You can kind of decorate them however you like. And now let's move on to the eyes. So the eyes, I did a curved line up and back down. And then I repeated that same shape on the bottom. So they're kind of more oval, but they have a little bit of a point in each corner. So I'm leaving that kind of point shape. So curved line up and in, and then connect those with a curved line on the bottom. So see how my eyes, they're oval, but they do have a little point still in the center. And this one I'm just going to make a little bit bigger. There we go. Just trying to match it up a little bit more with the other eye. Now inside the eye, I'm going to repeat that same shape, just smaller. So curved line up, curved line down. So it's kind of like a seed shape. Curved line up, curved line down. You can have a lot of, there's a lot of variety that can be done within eyes as far as shapes. So now I have the inside of my eye and the outside of my eye. And on that inside, I'm going to do that little circle of light off to the side of each corner. And then you will just have tiny little eyebrows if you want them. And you know me, I like to give mine lashes. So I'm going to do 3 little curved lashes at the corner of the eye. And I'll give you just a moment to catch up. I can't wait to see your drawings after. I know everyone's going to have something a little different. People will decorate theirs a little bit different. Oh, I forgot. Speaking of dog, I see someone who said their sister went to go feed their dog. I let my dog stay in the room with me today, so we are all going to keep our fingers crossed that he doesn't start barking. He can be really loud sometimes if he thinks he hears something, but he's sleeping right now. So now let's give ours a beak. So for the beak, I'm going to do a little triangle, just kind of going off to the side. And then I'm going to finish that triangle with a curved line. just like that. Now you can make it just the top portion, that's it. You could do this straight down if you wanted. You can also give another teeny tiny little triangle right below it and curve that in, and then it looks like a little mouth. So I did 2 triangles, one big, one tiny, with little curves on the back to give it a mouth. And then to make it kind of look like he's smiling, I'm just going to do a little curved line here, like that's his cheek, and it's a little grin. And I'm going to do a shape on my tummy that I'm going to color a different color. So I'm just going to draw a big oval in the middle of my chick's belly. So just like that. And again, you don't have to do that if you want to do yours all one color, or you might already have yours covered some by an egg. So that part won't really matter. And that is our baby chick. So now we just have to do the 2 peeps, and we're going to break those down just like we do with our other items into shapes. So for peep number 1, I'm going to draw an oval over here off to the side. And that's the start of our peep. Now to give the peep a tail, I'm going to curve off of this back portion into a point and then come back down. But peeps don't have a point, but sometimes it's easier to draw with that point and then curve it later. So inside this point, I'm going to just do a curved line. So see that? Inside the point, I drew a little curve, and now watch, I'm going to erase the point, and there's that curved peep tail. For the peep's head, I'm going to draw a hot dog shape. Just like that. Now I want this portion to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to come off of this line and make it just a little bit, see how it's coming out some, making a little bit wider and curving down into the body. Just like that. And then I'll go back in and erase this a little bit later. Now peeps have this funny little hanging nose, so I'm going to do a tiny little hot dog shape off of the tip that goes back in, just like this. I know, so many hot dog shapes. We all know what that shape is though, isn't that funny? As soon as you hear it, you know what that means. And then let's do a circle for the eye. They just have that black circular eye. Now this line, I also want to make a little wider here at the bottom, so I'm going to expand it out and then curve it back into the body. And now watch this. If I take my eraser and I erase this body line, I erase the little hot dog shape line, the original, and the one over here, and the little tip inside of his nose, and the little line on the back of the tail, and I'll erase it a little better once I outline it in pen. I have a peep. All I'm missing is this one little line that kind of curves around the bottom edge. And just like that, I've drawn a peep. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll talk you through it again. So we're going to do an oval, and I'm putting that oval kind of at a slight angle down here towards the side. I'm not going to meet that line, so I'm just going to make it work. So I have my oval over here. Off of the back, I'm going to do a tip, a point, a little curved triangle. But I don't want it to have a point, I want it to be curved. So I'm going to just do a curved line inside of that triangle, and then I can erase the tip. And that's the peep tail. And I can erase this line also. And now up on the top, I'm going to do a hot dog shape. I'm going to come off of the tip of the nose here and do a little hot dog shape that curves back into the body, curves back into the head. Here's where left in the sun too long and started to melt. That's pretty funny. And an eye. And then now I'm just going to starting from this line, make this a little wider at the bottom and curve it back into the body. Erase that original line. And I can erase this whole line here. I don't need that anymore. And then this one, come out a little bit wider and curve it back into the body. And then I can erase the original lines here. And now I have my peep on the other side. I just need that one little kind of curved line towards the bottom of his body. And now I have my chick with the two peeps. And I'm ready to start doing my pen. So when I come in with my pen, I have a lot of places where I have pencil marks that I don't want. So I'm going to do this top of this head, and I'm going to stop right when I get to the little hair. I'm going to do the hair pieces, and then I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to stop right when I get to the flower, and then I'll go ahead and put the flower on. And all of those lines that are underneath, I will just erase, because remember we started with that full circle and then we added things onto it. So some of that circle line we don't need. Bye, Jenny. And then finish off on the head. And I'm not going to make this a complete circle. I'm just going to bring the head down into the body a little bit. And then I'll end up erasing the center part. It doesn't really matter if you make it its own section. I just kind of wanted to leave that open. And now I'm going to start on the wings. Put those on my page. And then I can finish off with this big round body. I made a really fat chick. And the legs. And I'm doing the legs in black, but when I do color, I'm just going to go over the top of them with an orange colored pencil. I'll go ahead and put the oval on the body. I almost said on the bottom instead of the body. I'll do that little triangle shaped beak with the curve and the little tiny one below it, and then the little cheek line. the eyes. And you could do round eyes. You could do one winking eye. That would be cute too. And that little circle of light. And the little circle of light here. Lashes. I'm just obsessed with giving my drawings lashes. And then I'm going to color this all in black. And we can draw a penguin sometime. We have a penguin on our list. And now my chick is drawn. There will be drawing next week, all 5 days. I'm not stopping yet. I know a lot of you are going to start kind of some virtual learning with school. So just remember, if your virtual learning is at the same time as the class is here, then you can just always come back later and watch the videos when they're not live, because we always post them in full after the drawing is finished. And there's peep number 1. So see how I'm just going off of these adjusted lines I did, the little nose I'm putting on there. And I'm not going right on top of my pencil. And we will do Minecraft related, and oh goodness, I hope we are all still drawing together at Halloween. I mean, I hope that we're going outside a little bit more then, but we will do, I love Halloween, so there will be lots of Halloween. I even have mummy leggings on today. Can you just barely see them down there? So now that I have all of my drawing done, I'm going to come back in with my eraser, my favorite new eraser, and I'm going to erase all of those pencil marks I don't need. Because with the baby chick and the peeps, we made a lot of lines that we don't need. We just were building the shapes. Which is what makes drawing easier, right? You just do shapes you know. You kind of put them together and then you build off of them and make them into whatever it is you're looking to draw. You see it a lot in drawings when people are doing like realism. Does everyone know that what that means? Like you're doing drawings that look more realistic. You'll see a lot that they start with shapes. But when people do cartoons, they don't break it down into shapes as much. I think they just assume that cartooning style drawing is easier, and it just really always isn't. So I like to break that down into shapes too to make it as easy as I can for you guys. And there is my drawing. Okay, so the drawing tomorrow is the adult sip and draw, which is meant for your parents. But if your parents want you to join along, that's more than fine. We do 5 days a week drawing for kids, and then we do 1 for adults. We're drawing Bob Ross tomorrow. And then next week, I don't know what all of the drawings will be yet. I do know that Monday will be Mascot Monday. So one of the schools, I will be picking one of your mascots. I don't know which one I'm doing quite yet. But that will happen on Monday, and I will announce it on Sunday, exactly which one we're doing. But we're going to go through all of the schools. So if we don't do your school tomorrow, we may do it the week after or the week after that. We're just always dedicating Mondays to mascots. Sunday is my day off. I don't do any drawing. Can you hear my voice? Like my voice needs a break. My hands need a break. Sunday is my day of rest. So there is our chicks, our chick and our peeps. So I am going to do one peep, because this is going to be yellow, I'm going to do one peep pink and one peep purple. So I'm coming along the edges of the line. Coming along all the edges. And do we remember why we do that? Why do we start coloring along the edges first? Why do we create an outline in color? I bet somebody knows. Yes, I all see you calling out your mascots. I promise you we will try to get to all of them in this time that we have together. In fact, if we start to run out, then I will make sure that we do mascots on another day of the week too, because most of them are just some sort of animal. And there you go. Yep. So we can color inside the lines. By creating an edge, you're able to now give yourself some extra space. So that way, when you're coloring the inside, you can go a lot faster and it helps you stay inside the lines. Because if you go too fast and you haven't done those outside lines, it is very easy to just go right outside of your drawing. And if you aren't coloring in colored pencil, if you're coloring in crayon or you're coloring in pen, you can't take that mark away. You can make it work. I always think even if you color outside the lines, I think your drawing still looks amazing. There's a lot of artists that never stay inside the lines. And then other times you can adjust your drawing and make it work for you. So I'm doing one pink, and then over here on this guy, I'm going to turn my page a little bit. Now you can kind of see them both, even though you're kind of looking at them from the side. And I'm going to do this guy purple, going along all my edges. Now, I like to give you an assignment for the weekend. So, your assignment for this weekend is to draw an Easter basket. So if you want to do the assignment, you can. It's not mandatory. Just gives you something to draw and something to practice. And what I would do is I would just go on Google and search easy Easter basket drawing and look at pictures until you find one that you think is cute, and then you try to break it up into its shapes and draw the Easter basket. And if you like it, you can definitely keep it, or you can mail it to me at my P.O. box, and I will repost that on Sunday so everyone has the address. So remember, I'm collecting art right now. You can mail any art you want to me. I've received original art. I've received photocopies of art. However you want to do it. And then next week, I'm going to be taking everything I've received so far and I'm going to drop them off at elder facilities and maybe some like children's hospitals if they'll take them and just put them on the outside of their windows. But we're going to find a way to kind of spread a little drawing love around town. So that's your project for this weekend, is to draw an Easter basket. If you get an Easter basket, I know some of you may and some of you may not. I don't get an Easter basket. You can also look at your Easter basket and draw your Easter basket. Can you guys hear my dog snoring? He's snoring in the background. Just in case you thought that was like my stomach or something. That would be embarrassing. It's not my stomach, it's my dog. So now I'm going into the chick and I'm going to do the belly orange. I'm going to do orange in a couple places. But you can always color yours whatever color you want to make it. Orange in the belly, and then orange on the beak, and I'm going to go darker on the beak than I did on the belly. And I'm going to do my flower orange also just on the petals. And if you're coloring something small and circular, it's really hard to go along the outside lines. So what I do is I color in a circle. So instead of coloring up and down or left to right, I do circular motion, and that kind of helps you stay in the circle because you're already making a circle. Now I'm going to get my yellow and I'm going to color dark yellow in the center of the flower. And then I'm going to color my chick in that same yellow. My signal was lost for just a second there, so if your screen freezes or if I disappear for a minute, I should come right back. It happened very quickly and then came right back. Sometimes Facebook doesn't like the connection and it kicks me off. But thankfully, it recovers pretty quickly. So I'm just going around the eyes because I don't want to accidentally color my eyes in. It's just kind of like the same thing I do with going around my outside lines. I don't have to worry about the beak because since I'm working in pencil, I can go right over the top of my beak with my color. If you're working in pen, then you will have to go around it because it's difficult to layer colors in pen. Crayon, you should be able to also go over the top as long as you are coloring with a light touch, not super hard. So there is the head, and now I'm just going to come down into the body. I will agree that my dog quietly snoring in the background is much better than when he loudly and obnoxiously barks. I usually shut all my dogs out of the room because they will wrestle. Their favorite thing to do when they know someone is on the phone or making a video is they wrestle and they get really loud. But yesterday my lab was very upset that I wouldn't let him in the room, and he just kept, I don't think you could hear him in the video, but he just kept doing this like little low bark every minute or two. So today I decided to let him in. He's just sleeping away, snoring away. And I would say that maybe he finds my voice incredibly soothing and it just lulls him to sleep, but he's deaf, so he can't even hear me. But maybe I'll think that just to make myself feel better. You're welcome for drawing. It's been a fun week doing all these fun Easter theme, springtime theme if you so choose. And I am done also. So I'm just one last thing. I just wanted to put a little bit of orange on top of the feet Just going right over the top of the black lines. And then I am going to write on mine. I told you that at the beginning. I'm going to write chill chillin' with my any guesses? Chillin' with my peeps. Just like that. Chillin' with my peeps. And let's color these little dots in. I like to do that. Oh, I got a breaking pencil. And I will write my name. Write my age. And write where I'm from. And that concludes our drawing for the day. So remember to post yours directly onto the page or into the album. Either place works. The album makes them nice because then they're kind of all organized and someone can just drop into the album and look at them all. But you can also post them right onto the page if you can't figure out the album. That's awesome. I'm glad you've become a great drawer. I hope everybody ends up a good drawer, a great drawer, or at least just more comfortable drawing. And yes, we have our birthday announcement, so I'm just pulling that up now. I only have, I have more than two because it's the weekend, isn't it? So I'm going to turn this around. So here I am. There's my dog. Sleeping away. So birthdays. Today we have Brantley. He's the only one on my list for today. But for the weekend, we have Taylin, Chelsea, Gavin, Mateo, Declan, Jonathan, and Jameson all have birthdays over the weekend. So have a wonderful weekend. Have a good Easter if you do Easter. Work on your assignments. You can draw an Easter basket. You can mail it to me if you'd like to do that. And I will see everyone back here on Monday for Mascot Monday. Don't forget to post your pictures. Don't forget to invite your friends. And follow me on Instagram if you'd like to also. Bye, guys.